Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we need to talk about something incredibly important, especially with the holiday season fast approaching. It is a story that will make any parent a stomach drop. Dangerous substances found in children, us toys. It's happening right now, and you need to know about it. Recently, a massive recall was issued for several brands of children's colored play sand. Why? Because it was found to be contaminated with tremolite asbestos. I know it's shocking. We talking about products like the Rainbow Sand Art Toy and other sandcraft kits sold in various discount stores nationwide. Thousands of these have already been sold. What is even more concerning is that it's completely illegal to import any product containing asbestos. So, how did this happen? We often assume that if something is on a store shelf, it's been tested and is safe for our kids, but that's a dangerous assumption to make. A University of Auckland law professor, Alex Sims, has issued a stark warning. She says consumers need to assume that imported products, particularly kids' toys, are asterisk, not asterisk, being tested. She pointed out that while no one would naturally think to check children's sand for asbestos, this scare proves we can't be too careful. So, whose job is it to ensure these products are safe? Legally, the responsibility falls on the importers and the retailers. There are plenty of laws, like the ones that explicitly ban asbestos in imported goods and others that cover the safety of children as toys. But Professor Sims highlights a critical flaw in the system. These laws are only effective if they actually followed and enforced. It's up to the companies selling the products to do their due diligence, but clearly that's not always happening. This isn't an isolated incident. Product safety issues pop up more often than we hear about. The problem is, action is usually taken asterisk after asterisk tragedy occurs. A child gets hurt or has a near miss, and only then does an investigation begin, sometimes leading to a prosecution. It's a reactive system, not a proactive one. You might wonder, why aren't government bodies like the Commerce Commission doing more spot checks? The sheer volume of products flooding the market makes it a nearly impossible task to check everything. Now, let's talk about your rights as a consumer. If you bought one of these contaminated sand products, what can you do? Under the Consumer Guarantees Act, if a product is unsafe and asbestos contamination definitely makes it unsafe, you are entitled to more than just a refund for the toy itself. Professor Sims explained that you can also claim the cost of getting your home tested for asbestos and the cost of any necessary cleanup. Think about it. If that colored sand got ground into your carpet and it could be cleaned properly, you could theoretically claim the cost of replacing that carpet. However, getting that compensation might be an uphill battle. The professor admitted she'd be surprised if retailers easily paid for things like new carpets. The most realistic path for consumers to get that level of compensation would be to take the case to the disputes tribunal. The responsibility lies with the retailer, which in many of these cases was a major chain store, and it's not just parents. Schools and early childhood centers that bought these products are also covered under the consumer guarantees. The Ministry of Business, Innovation, and Employment is currently working with retailers to trace the supply chains and figure out where this contaminated sand came from. They've reiterated that it's the retailer's responsibility to sell safe products and not importing. Asbestos without a permit is illegal. We should note that some of the major retailers involved did not respond to requests for an interview on the matter. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? The unfortunate reality is, as Professor Sims put it, the laws don't work if they aren't enforced. They aren't protecting us as they should. This leaves us in a position of buyer beware. We, the consumers, have to be the last line of defense for our families. With Christmas just around the corner, a time when we're all buying gifts for our loved ones, this is more important than ever. The advice from the expert? It might be safest to stick to simpler, more traditional toys this year. Think about things like plain, unpainted wooden blocks or toys from trusted brands with a long history of safety and quality control. Be extra cautious about generic, unbranded items from discount stores, especially if they look like they could be faulty or contain questionable materials. Read labels, do a quick search online for the brand if you're unsure, and trust your gut. If something feels cheap or poorly made, it's probably best to leave it on the shelf. This is a frustrating and scary situation. We should be able to trust that the toys we buy for our children are safe. But until there are better systems in place for proactive testing and enforcement, we need to be vigilant. Please share this video with other parents, family members, and anyone who might be buying gifts for kids this holiday season. Spreading awareness is the first step in keeping our children safe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever had a scare with a toy you purchased? Thanks for watching, and please stay safe. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more important updates like this.